What's up, everyone? It's Iceman Oz, aka Jay, straight from the places of kangaroos and into your living room, and we are back. Yeah, we're back. It has been 3 damn years since you've seen me in an actual video, and we've got a lot to go over. Really, I really want to first of all apologize to any viewers that felt like I wasn't around for a long time. I've gone through a lot. You know, I've been through court, I've been through drug issues, I've been through being pursued by the police in all sorts of ways, private investigators, all sorts of crazy shit. I've been robbed a few times. I got kicked out of my house. I still have like $30,000 worth of stuff in my house that the police have put a restraining order on the house, so I can't get my shit. And pretty much I'm going through a lot right now, but I want to make this video because I felt like it was bad that I left my audience hanging, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel bad about that because there was a lot of people who had my back, and I feel like I should at least update you guys to what's going on. And it's been a lot. It's been really tough. This is the hardest time of my life, without a doubt. I miss making content for sure, but there's a lot we need to go over. So I'm in a really tough situation right now. I was staying at a place for a couple of months after I got raided by the police. So what happened was, I'm not sure if it's like drug related or something, but I've been dealing with, I was taking MDMA for a long time. Not for a long time, maybe like 3 or 4 months. And then, yeah, I'll be honest, I do smoke weed, and I do drink a bit, and I do smoke cigarettes. But what happened was, I show up to my house one day, I come back into my house, and basically all these police just start coming in. There's probably like 7 or 8 police officers, and they're questioning me and shit like that. And then they tell me to leave the house. I leave the house, and I'm trying to get on a bus to go somewhere else, and they say, nah, this is not, you haven't gone far away enough from the house. So then I was drunk at the time, so I take a couple of steps in the wrong direction, and they arrest me. Then I get put in jail. Then I'm in jail for overnight. I see the judge in the morning. Boom, we deal with that. There's like a fine or whatever. Okay, fine, I pay that off. And then I dealt with a person, let's just say, who messed with my life really hard. And then I got into some more legal trouble with an assault charge. That went on for like 4 or 5 months, with adjournments and like getting everything in order. And I eventually pled guilty, and now every week I have to see like a probationary officer once a week. So I'm in that right now. And then yeah, that was a crazy time. And then I found a place temporarily that I was staying at, and then my partner got pregnant, so she lives in Bali. So then I flew over to Bali to see her, and then basically, yeah, we had a good time over there, you know, just checking out the sights, checking out the beaches and everything. That was really nice. But then she ended up losing the babies. She was pregnant with twins. And yeah, man, that really broke me, because when I was going through all that court stuff, not knowing whether I was going to go to jail or not for the assault charge, and it was assault and destruction of property, I didn't know if I was going to go to jail or not. But those babies got me through like that plateau of like wondering what's going to happen to me. And then, yeah, she ended up losing the babies. I'm not going to get into the details of what I saw that day, but it was really messed up. And so basically we come to now. And now I'm living in my car at the moment, just so I can save some money. And because if you don't know, rent in Australia is really expensive. really expensive. So I'm trying to save some money to get a place, and then I can request the police to go back to my old property, take all my stuff, which I have some money, I have some investments, I can get that money and then, you know, start to sell some of it and get back on my feet. But it was a really messed up thing because I spent a long time looking after my mother, who's elderly, and she is basically not helping me with this situation at all. I've spent, you know, tens of thousands of dollars on her to make sure that she has a good life. From everything that I'm hearing now, because I'm not able to contact her, from everything I'm hearing now, she doesn't have internet and things like this, and she's struggling with money, and that makes me sad because I spent my whole life taking care of her, making sure she's all good, and she's declining in her mental health. She's very old, so she's not she's not thinking straight. So it's been a really tough thing. I feel like I'm glossing over a lot of what happened, but basically, during this time of, let's say, last 6 months, I had private investigators coming after me. I flew to Manila and in November, and when I came back, they scanned my bags and it tested positive for MDMA. Then they took my phones, and then ever since then, I had like people coming up to me, so they'd be like, "So how do you like to get your drugs delivered?" And I'm like, what are we talking about here? Like, people just approaching me with all this random shit. And then, in between that, so around February, I was put into, okay, I'll describe what happened. Basically, the cop said, I have 2 days to gather my phones. I didn't have my phones. And then I wanted to make a report to the police after they took me away from my property. And I didn't have my phone, so I was walking to the police station, and then I started to get followed by this person. I have an idea of who it may be. It's probably something to do with the gang, related to drugs. This is why I shouldn't get involved with drugs, I recommend. And then, so, yeah, this guy was following me. I see 3, like, police bikes slowly roll past me, and then I call the police. I'm like, yo, I got someone following me at the moment, and they're like, yo, we aren't an Uber service. I'm like, what are you talking about? I ain't an Uber service, man. I'm being followed by someone. I start running, and they start running, and then I start walking, and they start walking, and then I walk up the street, and then I see this van full of people. I'm like, yo, are you the police? Because I was probably 100 meters away from them. I couldn't tell, and they're like, yeah, we're the police. This girl comes around on a scooter and she's like, yo, we can hide out in the garage if you want. You'll be safe there. And I'm on the phone with the police the whole time, and I hand the phone to the girl. I say, you see this, right? You see like how there's people here just shouting at us? And she's like, yeah, I see it. Long story short, they tell me to meet them at an oval around 1 kilometer away. So I walk there. And then the police interview me, and they're like, oh, you're into crypto, right? You've been having some trouble with crypto. I'm like, what the hell? So you know about that I invest in crypto? Like, what's going on with this? And then they basically call an ambulance, and they involuntarily put me into a psychiatric ward. So they put me into, basically a mental institution for 6 weeks. And I'm hanging around all these crazy people. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is messed up. And it basically gave the impression to my family that I was like so messed up on drugs or something, like I was taking meth or something. I never took meth. The reason that I took MDMA was because when I was studying my psychological degree, the lecturer asked a question. She said, what's the #1 healer of trauma? And then she's basically, everyone takes their guesses. They say magic mushrooms, and then she eventually says MDMA. So I'm like, okay, MDMA. All right, let's try it. And I will admit, it actually helped me quite a lot. Like, it helped me get over through things that I've been through in the past. Like, I've been through a lot that I never talked about on YouTube or anything like that. And yeah, so it helped me quite a lot, but it also hindered me because when the police scanned my bags at the airport, that's when I started to get into some trouble. I had seen people start to approach me and asking me weird questions. Like I mentioned earlier, I had this homeless guy following me, but he had like $5,000 in his wallet and shit. And he was asking me questions about jail and like, what have you been up to? Like, he would just follow me around the streets. And this was when I wasn't able to access my house or my car. So I had a restraining order from my house for 72 hours, which turned into 2 years. And, yeah, it's been a crazy time. Like, when I was in the, mental institute for 6 weeks, they gave me all sorts of medication that messed with my head. I come out of it, I find a place, and then, I'm taking this medication and I get into a car accident, and my car's basically like totaled, like the other car's destroyed. But I managed to repair my car for about $2,000 through this guy, like black market. So I repair the car, but I still got to pay off this this other car because I wasn't insured, and so I got to pay that every week, like $50 a week now. So that's fine. I'll do that. Yeah, it's been a lot, man. It's been hell. I need to get a job, because before I was working as a carer, and that was fine. Like, I was making decent money, but my money started to dry up. The thing is, I have got investments, but they're at the house that I'm not allowed to go to. So basically, I want to get a house first, get a new place, and then get my investments, take them, sell some of them off, and then invest them again. And yeah, I've got a job interview at 12 today. It's 8 a.m. at the moment, so I'm applying for jobs and trying to make it work. But with the criminal history, it's not so easy. You know, I've had some questions about whether I'm going to come back for Battlefield 6. Honestly, I'm not going to make any promises, but I do like the look of the game. I think it looks great. So I would like to. My cousin said that he's going to buy it, and he's got all the recording equipment, so I could go to his house and do it over there. That'd be cool. Like, if I can get, like, some of my favorite times in my life was just playing video games with my audience, and I remember the Ice Clan, you know, all that, you know, it was an amazing time. So, yeah, yeah, man, it's been tough, but that's basically what's been going on. I'm gonna have a smoke right now. Let's light up. Let's light up, baby. I smoke cigarettes now. I know it's bad, but no. You can't blame me, man. I'm going through hell. We also have vodka, brought to you by my friend Pilot, because I can't afford it. I went from like having a decent nest egg, you know, of 6 figures, to having it drained by my family, to having to pay for all these legal fees and lawyers and shit. I've gone through probably like $70,000 in the last 2 years, and yeah, it's been pretty messed up. I've still got a bit of money, but yeah, I got to get access to my products. Yeah, that hits the spot. So, yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry if anyone's still watching to this point. That's amazing, because like I've been all over the place with my explanations, but it's really been a chaotic time, probably the worst time of my life. I was dealing with women, you know, like I got too far involved with multiple women and shit, like I don't know how far I want to get into that, but because I don't want to invade anyone's privacy, like talking about different things, but I was assaulted along the way by a particular person I won't mention. Shit's hard for me right now. It ain't easy. But I'm gonna make my way back. I'm gonna climb my way back. I'm gonna make things happen. I'm gonna try my best to, I don't have any recording equipment. All of it's in my house. So I'm just recording this on my phone. Hopefully it sounds okay. Yeah, but, I'm gonna try my best to keep probably the couple of hundred people that watch this updated, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of people watching this, which is because YouTube favors the algorithm, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be uploading consistently, and I just never was able to do that. If you look through my catalog, yeah, I've had some hit videos getting hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of views that got taken down by EA back in the day because it was pre-alpha footage and shit like that. But I know there's some people really interested in what happened to Iceman Oz. I built some genuine connections along the way, like Hunter, Booney. There's a lot of people that I forget to mention, but they were on my live streams every day, on my videos in the comments. Kiro, Nero, whatever the fuck. And this is more my fault because I put all my faith into someone who I was caring for. And she basically turned her back on me. I was making decent money at the time. But I gotta get another job now. I'm gonna work full time, whatever job I can get. I had a concreter job lined up, but I didn't have the work equipment. And he was basically like, see you later, mate. I'm like, damn, you're cold for that one. And, yeah, so, man, there's a lot of people I'm gonna forget to mention in this, even Lugas, who, you know, I've had a lot of, you know, I've had some shit happen with him. You know, he doesn't really like me, but he donated over like $15,000 to my streams and video, to me. I'm not looking for any sympathy. I'm not looking for anything like that. I just want to let you guys know what's going on. I will probably leave a link down below to my PayPal if anyone wants to donate. I don't expect anyone to, but it is a hard time at the moment. But I'll get through this. I'll get through this. I've got some good friends around me. I've got a good partner. Like I've got some good things on my side. But yeah, I was dealing with a hell of a time. I was doing some things that I shouldn't have been doing. And I take full responsibility for that. And yeah, I'm going to try and keep y'all updated, because at least to the people who actually care, who watch up until this point, 18 minutes in, I know you care about where I've been, what I've been doing, and I still get comments to this day, like, are you going to come back to Battlefield? You're going to do your thing? Like, I want to. I really do. I feel like I got too involved with women. It always distracted me from making content. Like, there was a time in 2014, 2015 where I was one of the biggest channels in the gaming space, and I basically threw it all away, where I took a year break, and then I take 2 years break, and then 3 years break. It's like, how many times am I gonna disengage the audience and screw myself over? And I just need a simple way to upload, and I don't know if anyone's going to be interested in what I'm saying, but I hope that this gets out there to some people who if you ever cared for my videos, that it gets out there. The algorithm, you know, it's a thing. I felt like I've been so disengaged from my audience for a long time, and I'm talking like 8 years, because even when I was streaming, I felt like I wasn't fully connected, because I didn't show my real life, what was going on in my real life, and I've been through some crazy times, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to leave it here. yeah, leave some comments, do your thing. I'm going to try and upload more. Hopefully I can get back into Battlefield 6. That would be cool if I can get back to that and get back to that energy that I had in the past, because a lot of videos I was making from like 2016 to 2019, I didn't have that energy that I had before. So I'm going to come back with a lot more energy, be the original version of me that got me to this place to begin with, that got me some popularity. So I miss making content, I really do. And in a space that's flooded full of content, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try and make my way back. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and peace.